Welcome back, Guardians, to another Destiny video. And in today's Destiny video, I want to record it really quickly before people start running up and dabbing around me, because it always happens when I'm in the tower trying to record. Anyway, so yeah, today we're going to talk about loot drops for Crota's End across all three of my characters, as well as my thoughts and ideas about loot drop rates being generous or not, and also what did Bungie do right and do wrong with loot drops in terms of Age of Triumph. So there will be some complaints towards the end of this video, but let's get the positive fun stuff out of the way. Hit that like button if you are enjoying Age of Triumph. Did you enjoy Crota? What weapons and loot did you get? Leave some comments down below. If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel for daily Age of Triumph content, and in the future, daily Destiny 2 news, tips, and tricks. So, what did I get this week? I managed to get all 4 of the exotic Adept primaries. We have the Word of Crota, we have the Oversoul Edict, we have the Fang of EMOTES, and we have the Abyss Defiant. Now, later on today, I'm going to have a second video up whether all these weapons are worth getting for you. So my opinions on them in terms of PvE and PvP. Do you want to have all 4 of these weapons? That is the question that is going to be answered later on today, so keep an eye out for that video. I also got my Necrochasm finished, but that's a separate thing. I had, I believe, 2 Oversoul Edict legendary versions. I had the Sword Breaker, and I had 2 Song of EMOTES. Those are my weapon rewards across the board for all 3 of my characters, and I really love the way they made this happen. It seems like the weapons are more generous. It's a guaranteed drop from every challenge, obviously, as we know, but I feel like it is smart loot. If you don't get the one if you get the one you had before, you're just very unlucky. I know there's people out there who have got 4 of the same weapons and are stupidly unlucky, but most of the people that I have played with, spoken to, other content creators have either got 3 out of 4 of the weapons or all 4 of them, and other people's have just been extremely unlucky, and that really does suck, and I apologize to you guys if it feels like I'm bragging. But the best thing about the loot drop system that they have done is that now we chase the armors. Armors aren't as apparent as the weapons, meaning you're going to get a limited amount of armors. Now, I did manage to get 3, and by 3 I mean THREE, 3, not 3 as in pay nothing for. I got 2 pieces on my Hunter and 3 on each of my other 2 characters. So I got the chest piece, the Relentless Harness, and I got the Shroud of Flies Hunter Cloak, and I equipped ornaments on both of these. I'm trying to get all the Hunter armors ornamented up for my Hunter, and then I'm going to concentrate on like Vault of Glass for my Warlock, and then Wrath of the Machine for my Titan, etc, etc. I'm going to do a different suit for each person, and then eventually get all of them across the board if I can. Let's have a look at this sick armor though. Now, I'm wearing the super black shader, and as you can see, the glowing green horns and such things just look super cool, super awesome, animated, awesome, epic. Cannot believe this has not been our raid armor all along, but you know, never too late in terms of this type of armor. So Bungie did right with the armors that you can get. They done right with the generous the loot system, I believe, for exotic adept primaries, and everything about the raid seems pretty amazing, and I'm excited to do Vault of Glass next week and see what we get in terms of reward drops. Even if I was to get 4 Fatebringers next week, I would still be happy, because I feel like there's stuff to chase, there's stuff to do, it's not boring, and on top of that, you do get a good significant amount of loot in your weekly featured raid. But what did Bungie do wrong? What did they do wrong with the loot system? Now, this goes outside of the raids. The raids seem pretty balanced, pretty refined in terms of loot drops, but everything else seems to suck. Now, when we look at raid armors and such things and raid weapons, they are old content being recreated, remastered, redone, which means we are just chasing after and getting rewards that we have had before, but in a different way. And that is great for what it is, but anything that is new with the Age of Triumph DLC seems to be suffering. So I made a video the other day opening 36 of the Age of Triumph packages, and I titled it, "Don't do it, it's not worth it." Now, I have not been an advocate for microtransactions. I've always been on the side where it's like, if you have the money and you want to do this, you're going to get some cool shit if you spend your money on it. And I feel that's fair. I'm not there saying, you know, spend all your money and help Bungie. But I'm saying, if you have the money to spare, go ahead and do it, because there are some decent rewards that you are guaranteed to get. Now, if we go and look at the Treasure of Ages boxes, these are a complete rip-off. The things that you want, the new items that we have never seen before, are over here on the right, which are possible drops, meaning that you are guaranteed one of these two sections and then a possibility of one of these. Now, the armors, the ornaments, the shaders, the ships are all great. They all look good. They all look cool, except maybe one of the shaders. But the new armor is what most people are looking for. Now, there's 4 pieces for each guardian type, each class type. And the class item you have to get through doing a long, boring, monotonous quest line for the speaker. And then once you get that, then you can possibly get these new items. I spent $50 on silver and I got 2 pieces of armor for my Titan alone. So that theoretically means you have to spend $100 just to fill out one of your characters with all the armor sets. So that's $300 if you want to get them all on all of your characters. Free a week is not going to equate to much. You are not going to get these armors so much. So these are a total rip-off. The weapon ornaments, you know, they're great, they're awesome, but a lot of them probably aren't even going to be used, and it's not even necessary to use on the guns. There's only really the Necrochasm, No Land Beyond if you're a No Land Beyond player, Suros Regime, Vex maybe, not too fussed about it to be honest, but everything else, it just doesn't seem worth spending that much money on. They're cool, they're awesome, and they're nice to have, but it doesn't feel like they are warranted to be possible items in a box where you can buy them. And in each section over here, there are multiple different things to get. So you could open a box and get, I'll give you an idea. You could get the Cloak of Desolation, the Hunter Taken Cloak, something nobody wants. And then the second thing you get is a Days of Iron ornament, and then you get nothing as the possible. So that's one box gone. And you could open so many boxes and have a very small chance of getting this stuff. And I feel that is completely screwed up and a complete rip-off, because the new stuff is the stuff we want. We don't want all these year 1 emotes, a rare emote. Nobody wants these. And most of these, I believe, you can just go to the Silver Dust vendor and buy them anyway. And then the worst thing about these boxes, these miscellaneous items that you are one time guaranteed if you're unlucky enough for every single box like I was. You get chromas, you get snow dregs, you get bad dreams, you get these respawn things. The reputation boosters aren't that bad, but everything else just fills up your inventory with stuff you do not want. Put them in your vault and waste vault space. That's all this is, and that completely sucks. So I feel like even though they got the loot rights in the raid, everything else for new items in the game seems to be either a long, boring, monotonous process or just something really sucky, like rip-off purchasable boxes. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about was the shaders available from the raids. This actually really annoyed me because I didn't even know that there was new shaders until I went to look for stuff for my Twilight Garrison video yesterday. So we go over here to raids. There are 4 new shaders: Time Glass, Dance of Bones, Malevolence, and Wildfire. Now, all 4 of these shaders are from defeating the boss of the weekly featured raid. The weekly featured raid, that means once a week the raid's going to change, meaning that you can only have a chance to get these armor shaders once a month, which is absolutely ridiculous because they are not guaranteed. They are a rare drop rate. In class with the Nano Phoenix ship, I hear from other people, it's super rare. So you have one chance a month to get this shader that you want, and then it's gone until next month. There's not that many months until Destiny 2, and when Destiny 2 comes out, all of these are going to be absolutely useless anyway. So why not include these shaders as completing the challenge modes? You do it with the emblems, everyone gets an emblem. Why not do it with the shader too? You could easily make it so that they have to complete both challenge modes in the raid, and when you do, you get this shader. Now, some of them look okay, but I want the Wildfire, and I really do hope they change how you get the shaders on the weekly featured playlist, because look at how awesome the Wildfire looks from Axis. It just looks insane. It looks cool. Ignore my my Crota ornament stuff, but this like fiery orangey shiny look just looks absolutely awesome. And I'm disappointed that I might not get this shader when really they could just give it to us as a challenge reward, or just defeating the weekly featured raid, because it's just a shader. Like, it really is just a shader. No one's going to be clamoring around for 4 or 5 months until Destiny 2 is just to get a goddamn shader. You know, people are just going to get frustrated that they're not getting the rewards they want and stop playing. So why not just throw it in there in the mix and let people have them? So even though I feel like the raids are super refined in terms of loot, I know some people have been super unlucky, but I feel like there's more chance to get more of the weapons now. I feel like they really ripped us off with any new stuff in Age of Triumph. Not remastered old stuff, new stuff that we want to see and have. I feel like we have been ripped off. But I'm still super excited for all the future raids and getting all the exotic adept primaries and such things. Check out my video just a little bit later talking about all 4 of the new exotic adept primaries, whether they're worth actually grinding for. Do you want them for PvE? Do you want them for PvP? There will be one video talking about all 4 of the weapons, so please check that out in a couple of hours from now. If you are excited for Age of Triumph, if you are enjoying it, hit that like button. Leave me some comments down below telling me what you got in terms of rewards. That's weapons, armors, whether it's just legendary weapons as well as the exotic adept weapons. I want to know if there was people out there who got just as much as I did or more. For those who got less, I would love to hear your complaints. I would love to see how you feel about it. And on top of that, I want to know how many people actually got the shader this week from Crota. Hit me up in the comments down below. Subscribe if you're new around here for daily Age of Triumph content and future Destiny 2 news, tips, tricks, and content. Thank you for watching. I've been easynow, and you guys have been awesome.